So everyone and their grandma is talking about the new Incredibles 2 trailer. Wait a second, that's not how we do intros on this channel. I watched the trailer so many times, I love it. I just like picking it apart, and there are a few things, like mini theories I have. They don't have a lot of evidence, they don't have a lot of proof to them, they don't have a lot of depth, but here are a few theories that I have. First mini theory, I think Jack Jack at this time is between 15 and 18 months. Now this is based on the fact that one, we see him eating broccoli, but also we see him walking around, at least in his monster form, without much difficulty. And in the middle, we see Mr. Incredible give him a cookie. He could be as old as 2, but I'm guessing between 15 and 18 months. Theory number 2, and this is just an interesting thing that I saw. When they walk in for the meeting, they have their own individual uniforms. Like, obviously, Frozone has his own uniform, but then Mr. Incredible is wearing his original retro uniform, and so is Elastigirl. And so my question is, did they do that on purpose because they don't want to be labeled as a family? Does the people who are working with them know that they're a family? If so, what's the point behind wearing each other's separate suits? Is it just so they distinguish themselves from each other? Like, hey, I am in my own right a superhero? I don't know. It's just an interesting tidbit that I thought of. And obviously, other people have been mentioning like how Elastigirl goes back from like her original suit to the suit that the guy makes for her, to her Mrs. Incredible suit, and back and forth. So like, they're thinking that the suit is very important, and so I was just thinking, wow, that's a pretty interesting suit detail to be in this trailer, especially if suits are going to be as important as everyone is saying that they're going to be. Another mini theory, and this one's just kind of like proven, I guess, but Jack Jack's powers are still undeveloped and unsure of what they are. But another little tidbit, it might be so much so that Helen doesn't even know about it. Elastigirl is away, like, she might not even know that her son has powers. I think that'd be a cool reveal, like, at the climactic, like, battle scene near the end, like, oh my gosh, Jack Jack has powers, and, like, Elastigirl doesn't know, but everyone else knows because they've had to deal with it. I think it'd be a really cute thing. Also, there's a line that Helen says in there that's like, in order to save the law, I have to break it. I find that interesting because nowhere in any trailers that I have seen so far, or any tidbits or hints, have I ever gotten the indication that she was breaking the law. Like, it was always suggested they're trying to bring back superheroes and put them back into like the limelight, but I don't remember ever suggesting that she was breaking the law to do this. It seemed like a pretty surface level, upfront, honest thing. But I mean, obviously we know who the villain is because of the Lego set, so like that kind of proves that it's not upfront and honest. But I still thought that like maybe it would start out that way and then it goes into breaking the law. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting line. Can't wait to see how it's developed in the show. Then these last two are my favorite two mini theories because they involve my favorite Incredible, Violet. And as you know, if you click the I button, you can see my theory about why Violet is the best Incredible. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's amazing. So the first theory is that Violet is getting stronger with her Force Field abilities. Now, this can be easily seen just in the fact that we see her throw her force fields at a ship or something, I'm not quite sure, but she's actually able to throw it. And that is quite a new thing. It's incredibly new, actually. We've never seen her be able to throw a force field before. It's always been like a stationary thing, and except for like, you know, when it was a full circle and Dash was running in it. But other than that, we've never seen it actually like leave her body and like go somewhere. So that insinuates to me much more control. I think she might be going in the realm of the Invisible Woman, in which case I want to see, because in the promotional, in the Lego game that was advertised, they show her being able to pick up multiple objects with her force fields and then move them around, which again, a very Invisible Woman sort of capability. I'm wondering, is that actually going to happen in the movie? Is that something she's going to be able to do now? I think it'd be really cool if it is, because such a further developing of her powers, because they were weak before, and like one of the biggest things is when she finally is able to create strong force fields. It's just, amazing. And it's not outside the normal possibility, one, because in the campfire scene in the first Incredibles, we see her be able to project force fields that aren't directly connected to her body, also within the air when she's like holding it over the smoke. So we've seen her be able to do a small version of it before. So it wouldn't be too unusual to think, oh, she's just gotten stronger. But then we move on to the sad theory, which I developed with a little bit of help from Seamus Gorman. He created a video, I think it was a year or two ago, called Why Does Violet Have Two Superpowers, or something like that. And basically, his theory boils down to she has two superpowers because in the beginning she is more shy, that's why she has invisibility, but then like as it continues, her force field powers are starting to develop, so this is a new ability, and this is more of her adolescent ability, which, you know, comes with adolescent defensiveness, or just defensive in general. But see, a bad thing is, this trailer, in some ways, and this is my own personal theory, my little theory, I don't like it, I just think that's good. Violet is losing her ability to turn invisible. And this is supported by a few different things. In the trailer, we see her angry, trying to destroy her suit, first in the dish drain, the drainer in the sink, and then she throws it up against the wall. Now, afterwards, she stomps up the stairs, and Dash asks, is she going through adolescence? Which I think is what the directors and the producers want us to think, but I think it's much more reasonable to assume that she is losing her ability to go invisible, because she never goes invisible throughout the entire trailer. And if you think about it, what are all the superhero suits do? When Edna created them, she made them specialized for each person. Elastigirls could stretch as far as she could. Dashes could withstand an enormous amount of friction without wearing out. Jack-Jack's was resistant to flame, bulletproof, and machine washable. But Violet was able to turn invisible with her, which means that if she's losing her power of invisibility, her suit is essentially useless to her. And that would explain why she's so angry and trying to destroy it. Because if she can no longer turn invisible, then the suit will no longer turn invisible, which means that the special part about her suit no longer exists, and she doesn't really need it anymore. Like I said, not a lot of proof for any of these theories. These are just some cute theories that I thought up with. Two other things I just want to throw out there. One, that scene where Dash is traveling through like a loophole, and like it's just him running through another loophole, like running through another loophole, and running through another loophole. That was interesting. I want to see how that goes. And Screenslaver, I think he's just going to control everyone with screens, because his name is Screenslaver. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share with anyone else who is also coming up with theories about The Incredibles. Like, what do they think? Do you agree with my theories? Do you have any more proof that I missed for any of my theories? Leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear. I love The Incredibles. I'm trying to collect as much information as possible. My social media is right here. Don't forget to follow me everywhere. That would be amazing. I am such a wonderful person to follow, and you should totally do it. Yeah, I think that's all I need, guys, so let's have some fun and smile, because it's time to get back to being incredible.